ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां धिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। नत्वा श्रीभारती तीर्थ विद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरो
नत्वा
श्री
भारती तीर्थ
विद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरौ
अधीमहे पञ्चदशीं कैवल्यपदसिद्धये।
अधीमहे
पंचदशीं
कैवल्यपदसिद्धये।
पञ्चमहाभूत विवेक प्रकरणस्य 94तम श्लोकः 94th श्लोकः। अस्ति भूस्तत्त्वशून्यास्यां शब्दस्पर्शौ सरूपकौ।
अस्ति भूस्तत्त्वशून्यस्यां
शब्दस्पर्शौ
शब्दस्पर्शौ
रसश्च परतो गन्धो नैजः सत्ता विविच्यताम्।
रसश्च परतो गन्धौ नैजः सत्ता विविच्यताम्।
पृथक् कृतायां सत्तायां भूमिर्मिथ्यावशिष्यते।
पृथक्कृतायां सत्तायां भूमिर्मिथ्यावशिष्यते।
भूमेर्दशांशतो न्यूनं ब्रह्माण्डं भूमिमध्यगम्।
भूमेर्दशांशतो
दशांशतो न्यूनं
न्यूनं
ब्रह्माण्डं भूमिमध्यगम्
ब्रह्माण्डमध्यगम्
ब्रह्माण्डमध्ये तिष्ठन्ति भुवनानि चतुर्दश।
ब्रह्माण्डमध्ये
ब्रह्माण्डमध्ये तिष्ठन्ति
तिष्ठन्ति
भुवनानि
भुवनानि
चतुर्दश
चतुर्दश
भुवनेषु वसन्त्येषु प्राणिदेहा यथा यथम्।
भुवनेषु
भुवनेषु
वसन्तेषु
वसन्तेषु प्राणिदेहा
प्राणिदेहा
यथा
यथा
यथम्
यथम्
ब्रह्माण्डलोकदेहेषु सद्वस्तुनि पृथक् कृते।
ब्रह्माण्डलोकदेहेषु
ब्रह्माण्डलोकदेहेषु
सद्वस्तूनि
सद्वस्तूनि
पृथक्
पृथक्
कृते
कृते
असन्तोऽण्डादयो भान्तु तद्भाने पीहका क्षतिः।
असन्तोऽण्डादयो
असन्तोऽण्डादयो
भान्तु
भान्तु
तद्भानेऽपीह
तद्भानेऽपीह
का क्षतिः
क्षतिः
सप्तनवतितमश्लोकपर्यन्तं दृष्टवन्तः। आकाशात् आरभ्य पृथिवीपर्यन्तं पञ्च महाभूतानां, अनन्तरं भौतिकानां, प्रपञ्चानां स्वरूपं, पञ्चक स्वरूपं भूतानां स्वरूपस्य आलोचनं कृत्वा तेषां मिथ्यात्वस्य तेषां मिथ्यात्वस्य निश्चयः निश्चयः सम्यक् विवेचनं कृत्वा निश्चयः कृतः आचार्यः। आकाशस्य मिथ्यात्वं निश्चितः, वायोः मिथ्यात्वं निश्चितं, वायोः मिथ्यात्वं निश्चितम्, अनन्तरम् अग्नेः वह्नेः, अनन्तरम् अपः मिथ्यात्वं निश्चितम्, अन्तिमे भूमेः अपि मिथ्यात्वं निश्चितम्। पञ्च महाभूतानां सतः पृथक् कृते तेषां स्वरूपं मिथ्या इति निश्चितः कृतः। तदनन्तरं भौतिकप्रपञ्चानाम् इत्युक्ते ब्रह्माण्ड ब्रह्माण्ड तत् इत्युक्ते तत्र तिष्ठन्ति चतुर्दश भुवनानि ब्रह्माण्ड मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति भुवनानि चतुर्दश, भूः भुवः सुवः महः जनः तपः सत्यः इति सप्त उपरि सप्त ये लोकाः सन्ति। तद्वता अधोलोकाः अतल वितल सुतल तलातल रसातल महातल पाताल इति चतुर्दश भुवनानि पाञ्चभौतिकानि, तेषामपि मिथ्यात्वं सम्यक् निश्चित्य भुवनेषु वसन्ति, ये वसन्ति प्राणिः प्राणिदेहाः, तेषामपि तेषामपि प्राणिदेहाः यथा यथं लोकानुसारं ये प्राणिनः वसन्ति भुवनेषु, येषु भुवनेषु चतुर्दश भुवनेषु चतुर्दशसु भुवनेषु ये प्राणिनः वसन्ति यथा यथं लोकानुसारं वसन्ति, तेषामपि अत्र भौतिक प्रपंच विषये आचार्येण त्रयः विषयः उक्ताः। भौतिक प्रपंच, भौतिकम् इत्युक्ते भूतेभ्यः जातं भौतिकम्, ब्रह्मांड भौतिक प्रपंच तस्मिन् 14 भुवनानि प्राणिदेगाः इति। ब्रह्मांड 14 भुवनानि प्राणिदेगाः एते त्रयः भौतिक भौतिक भौतिके अंतर्भवति। भूतानां नित्यात्वं सम्यक् विवेचनं कृत्वा नित्यात्वं निश्चित्य अनन्तरं भौतिकानां नित्यात्वं निश्चयरूपेण कृतः। ब्रह्मांड मध्ये एतानि भुवनानि 14 भुवनानि तिष्ठन्ति। तत्र एव प्राणिनः वसन्ति। अतः ब्रह्मांड लोकदेहेषु सद्वस्तुनि पृथक्कृते यथा पूर्वं कृतं पंचभूतेभ्यः सतः पृथक्कृते भूतानां मिथ्यात्वं यथा सिद्ध्यति तद्वत् अत्रापि ब्रह्मांड लोकदेहेषु सद्वस्तुनि पृथक्कृते। ब्रह्मांडात् ब्रह्मांड लोकदेहेषु ब्रह्मांडश्च लोकश्च देहश्च ब्रह्मांड लोकदेहः तेषु ब्रह्मांड लोकदेहेषु इति उत्तरेतर द्वन्द्व समासः। तेषु ब्रह्मांड लोकदेहेषु ब्रह्मांडात् लोकेभ्यः देहेभ्यः सद्वस्तुनि पृथक्कृते सद्वस्तुनः पृथक्करणं क्रियते चेत् ब्रह्मांडादयः ब्रह्मांडानां मिथ्यात्वं सिद्ध्यति। ब्रह्मांडादयः मिथ्याभूताः इति भासन्ते। असन्तः असन्तः इत्युक्ते मिथ्या। असन्तः इत्युक्ते वृष अनृताः मिथ्याभूताः इत्यर्थः। अंडादयः असन्तः अंडादयः भान्तु दीप्यन्ताम्। अंडादयः मिथ्याभूताः ब्रह्मांडादयः भान्ति सन्ति भान्ति अस्ति सन्ति भान्ति। तेन तद्बाणे इत्युक्ते ब्रह्मांडानां बाणे अपि का क्षतिः कस्य अद्वैतस्य का क्षतिः अद्वैतस्य का क्षतिः का हानिः कापि हानिः नास्ति इति आक्षेपार्थे प्रश्नः कृतः। ब्रह्मांडादयः भान्तु तेन अद्वैतस्य अद्वैतज्ञानस्य अद्वैतसिद्धान्तस्य का क्षतिः कापि क्षतिः नास्ति इति। किमर्थं ते सर्वे भासमानम् असत्वात् मिथ्याभूतत्वात् अद्वैतस्य हानिः नास्ति इति उक्तः। एतत् पर्यन्तं दृष्टवन्तः। ब्रह्माण्डलोकदेहेषु सद्वस्तुनि पृथक्कृते सति सप्तमी। प्लीज नोट previous Sanskritam class and other class we saw sati saptami. ब्रह्माण्डलोकदेहेषु सद्वस्तुनि पृथक्कृते सति सप्तमी। अंडादयः ब्रह्मांडादयः आदयः आदिपदात् लोकदेह इति ब्रह्मांड लोकदेह त्रयः विषयः उक्तः। ब्रह्मांडे भुवनानि मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति ब्रह्मांड मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति भुवनानि लोकाः लोकेषु देगाः प्राणिदेगाः सन्ति। ब्रह्मांड लोकदेहेषु सद्वस्तुनि पृथक्कृते सति अंडादयः ब्रह्मांड लोकाः प्राणिदेगाः ते सर्वे असन्तः असद्वस्तुनः भान्तु let them shine तद्बाणे tad bane kakshatihi api iha kakshatihi iha advaita jnanasya advaitasya kakshatihi asatam bane kakshatihi shatatam nasti ityartah. When asat shines, what is the loss? Mithya bhuta bhutaha asantaha mithya bhutaha asantaha bantu. Let them shine. They are mithya bhuta. Any number of mithya bhuta we can accommodate. Let them shine. Let them be. So what? Because they are nitya. Because they are mithya, therefore the shining is not their own shining. Their astitvam is not their astitvam. It is the astitvam, what they enjoy, it is of the Sat Brahma. Therefore, because they shine, because they are, therefore, it doesn't establish Dvaitam. In fact, it is Advaitam. So that is why the Viveka being done started from the Akasha up to the Brahmanda, Bhuta, starting from Bhuta up to Bhautika. Having done Viveka, Sat is very clearly, distinctly, without any doubt, it is understood as Sat is as the Vastu, that is a Vastu. Anything other than is Asat, Avastu, and they are Mithya, they are just Nama Rupa, iti Nishchitya. Vivechanam Krutva Samyak Buddho Nishchayam Krutam. Tena Buddho Veva, only the Buddhi, in the cognition, it is clearly discerned. So because the cognition it is done, you in the outside world, in your perception, that will not change. That will be there. The world continues to shine. Because you know the Akasha, the sky is colorless. You know sky is colorless. That's a knowledge, piece of knowledge. Because of that, sky color is not going to change. It's going to be same blue color only. And it will be a process we know. Dispersion of light. Therefore, sky appears blue. That will not change. That will remain as it is. But you know, sky is colorless. Because the sky shines as blue. The nature of the sky, which is colorless, tasya kakshatihi, kahanihi, kapi hanihi nasti. Same way here also. Advaitam is mithya is already proven. And that is so. And when Buddha, that samyak nishtitya, in the extent, in the perception, sense organs reports, sense organ, they report sense objects. Therefore, there is a transaction between the sense organs and the sense objects. Therefore, Dvaitam. Jena Dvaita Siddhihi na bhavati. Advaitam eva. In spite of Dvaitam, it is only Advaitam. So therefore, having done this Shavanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasanam, Shavanam, Mananam, Nididhyasana, Rupa, Sadhana, to be practiced for a long time, because this has to be strongly entrenched in the mind, it is not that much easy. Because of our previous orientation, we have Satyatta Buddhi with regard to this Prapancha that cannot be easily shaken. That is why Shastra Patanam to be done for a long time, for length of time, till we get that conviction, till we get that Advaita Vasana. Ishvara Anugraha Deva Pumsa Advaita Vasana. Advaita Vasana should become Atyanta Vasana. Therefore, the next shloka is the Acharya says Atyanta Vasite. Advaita Vasana should become Atyanta Vasana. In every Dvaita perception, there should be a understanding of Advaita. In spite of Dvaitam, it is Advaitam eva. So therefore, Andadinam Bhane, Andadinam, Anda, etc. They establish, do they establish Dvaitam? No. In spite of their being shining, Asmakam, That is Advaita, Vedantinam, Asmakam, Kakshatihi. What do we lose? Because there is perception, it doesn't establish Dvaita. There will be perception, there will be experience. The Mithya, Prapancha will continue to shine. But what do we lose? Because experience is different, knowledge is different. Experience doesn't shape the knowledge. Advaita Jnanam. Anubhava doesn't shake the Advaita Jnanam. Dvaita Anubhava should not shake. That much Viveka, that much clarity one has to gain. That is Samyak Vivechanam, Samyak Vivichitam iti Punah Punaha Acharyan Uktam. Anubhava, Dvaita Anubhava cannot shake the Advaita Nishta. Should not shake. Therefore, Andadinam Banam, Bantu. So what? This Brahmanda, this Bhuvanani, this Deha, the Upadhi, these things do not touch the Advaita Jnana. Experience is not the reality. Knowledge is the reality. Experience doesn't prove the reality. But in Vyavahara, what we do, we go by our experience. We go by our experience, and by experience, we take that to be a, whatever that Vishaya, that to be a knowledge. But with regard to Advaita, it is not so. Experience, in fact, in spite of experience, Dvaita Anubhava, there is non-duality. Therefore, experience doesn't prove duality, doesn't prove reality. The reality being non-duality, that experience cannot prove. Therefore only Jnani always contradicts the Loka Vivahara, Lokika Vivahara. He lives in a different world, Advaita Prapancha. Where is Dvaita for him? Therefore he enjoys Jnanam, he enjoys freedom, in spite of living in the so-called samsara. Samsara do not touch. Only samsara touch only the samsaris, because they go by their experience. They conclude by their experience. Their conclusions are purely based on experience, Anubhava based conclusions. Therefore, they are samsari. Jnani doesn't conclude by experience, doesn't conclude by Anubhava. His conclusions is purely based on Viveka. So therefore, ka shatihi, ka anihi, Advaitasya, ka anihi, Advaita Jnanasya, ka anihi, Jnaninaha, ka anihi. What is the loss for the Jnani? Whether Ajnani is accepted or not, there is no loss for Jnani. Jnani continues to revel in this knowledge, enjoys freedom. Therefore, ka kshatihi. Whether the other darshana, the Dvaita darshana accept or not, Advaita darshana doesn't have any problem. The truth never faces any problem. The truth being the truth. There can be n number of undertone, but they cannot touch the truth. That's why we said truth alone triumphs. That alone wins. We want to win that. We have to adhere to the truth. The truth, the Satyam is Advaitam Satyam. Therefore, Asantaha. Previously, Akashaha Asat Bhati. Vayuhu Asat Bhati. Vannihi Asat Bhati. All are Bhati Bhati. Now, Brahmandadayaha. Asantaha. Bhantu. Plurality. Akasha is only one. Vayu is only one. Vanni is only one in terms of Bhuta. Now this Brahmandadayaha, Satudasha Bhuvanani, plural. Bhantu, let all of them shine. So what? All of them are just swallowed in this knowledge. Are just swallowed by this. Advaita has got a huge mouth. It can devour everything. So all of them, any number of mithya, everything being mithya, you see, everything is satyam, we say no, everything mithya. From the standpoint of the Dvaita, we say everything is mithya, Sat is satyam. Because we have the perception of Dvaita, therefore we have to say everything is mithya, Sat is satyam. But for a jnani, where is mithya? Where is mithya bhuta prapancha? There is no prapancha at all. What is there is only Sat, Brahma eva. That is their knowledge. That knowledge cannot be shaken by the Dvaita Anubhava. When it comes to Vyavahara, there is Dvaitam. But that Dvaita Anubhava cannot touch the knowledge. Therefore, that cannot touch the Advaita Jnanam. That's what the author says in Vidyanamani here. Ka Kshatihi. Kshatata Ka Nasti. Ksatatam Nasti iti. Kapi Kshatata Nasti iti. Now, 98. Supposed to read, will read. This Kakshatihi iti, this is the style of Vidyaranya Muni. That's how we ask. If you want to stick to your Dvaita philosophy, do Kakshatihi Advaitasya. We don't have any problem. Because Advaita is Satyam. We don't lose. He's going to say the same thing with regard to other darshana. Let us read 98, Papa number. Bhuta Bhautika Mayana. Okay. Bhuta Bhautika Maya Nama Satve Yantavasite.
भूतभौतिकमाया
भूतभौतिकमाया
नाम
नाम
सत्त्वयन्तवासिते
सत्त्वयन्तवासिते
Sadvastvadvaitamiteshadir न क्वचित्
सद्वस्त्वद्वैतमित्येष विपर्येति न क्वचित्
क्वचित्
For meter, we have to read it differently. Anyway, Bhuta Bhautika Maya Masathe Tyantavasite Sadvastvadvaitamityeshadhir Viparyeti na Kvachit. Anyway, Bhuta Bhautika Maya Asatve Atyantavasite Sadvastu Advaitam iti esha dihi buddhihi viparyeti na kvachit. Simple shloka. Bhuta bhautika mayanam. Itaritra dvandva samasa. Bhutani cha bhautikani cha maya. Bhuta bhautika mayaha. Bhagavachanam. Ramaha. Tesham. Bhuta bhautika mayanam ramanam. Itaritra dvandva samasa. Tesham bhuta bhautika mayanam dvaitanam ityartha. Dvaita. Bhuta is Akashadi Pancha Maha Bhutani. Bhautika Bhutebhyaha Jatam Bhautikam Chatudasha Bhuvanani Ityadayaha Maya Tesham Bhuta Bhautika Mayanam Asatve Atyanta Vasite Sati Sattami Atyanta Vasite Asatve इत्युक्ते मिथ्यात्वे Maya Matam, as we saw before. Asatvam, Vityatvam, Brishatvam. Especially in Avyaya, we discuss Brisha, we saw Mithya Brisha also, Avyaya. Andratam, इति अव्ययकोशः असत् असत् मिथ्या इत्युक्ते अनृतम् असत्यम् इत्यर्थः मिथ्यात्वे असत्यत्वे असत्त्वे असत्यत्वे मृषात्वे मिथ्यात्वे all same भूत भौतिक मायानाम् असत्वे अत्यंत वासिते अत्यंत absolutely completely totally अत्यंत वासिते सति सद्वस्तु सद्वस्तु is द्वैतम और अद्वैतम अद्वैतम सद्वस्तु that is ब्रह्म सद्वस्तु सदैव सौवेदम अग्रे आसीत् एकमेव अद्वितीयं that एकम एव अद्वितीयं that is a सद्वस्तु ब्रह्म वस्तु that is अद्वैतम इति येषा दीहि बुद्धिः मतिः न विपर्येति क्वचित् for anyone means for the jnanis for the advaitis. So bhuta bhautika mayanam bhuta referring to all the pancha bhuta bhautika referring to pancha the bhuvana brahmanda bhuvana pranadeka and maya. When the viveka is done, the viveka and viveka with sadhanam shavana manana nidhyasanam, when the bhuta bhautika viveka from when it is distinctly understand as different from sat, therefore jnana sadhanam shavana manana nidhyasanaihi, that is atyanta vasite. Atyanta vasita is referring to the clear understanding, no doubt, no samshaya. Therefore, Shamana Mana Nididhyasana, all are done. Jnana sadhanam. Then only Atyanta Vasana is possible. In the beginning, Shavanam is there is introduction. But provided that if the Adhikari is a qualified Adhikari, Shavanam Matra in Jnanam. That is a different thing. We are not talking about Uttam Adhikari. We are talking about Madhyama and Adhama Adhikari. So, if there is Pramana Asambhavana, Prameya Asambhavana, then Mananam is required. In spite of Shavanam Mananam, the Drida Jnanam doesn't happen. Why? Because there is Viparita Bhava, therefore Nididhyasana. Therefore, Shavana Mana Nididhyasanam, Nididhyasanam, Sadhanani, and that is what is referred to by the word Atyanta Vasite, absolutely Vasite, Dridikritya, Atyanta Dridikritya. That is possible by Jnana Sadhanam, Shavana Manana Nididhyasanam, Taihi, Atyanta Vasite, Atyanta Vasite. When the Mithyatvam is strongly entrenched in the buddhi of the person. Karya-karana vilakshanattvena atyanta vasite. Satvastu is neither karyam nor a karanam. All the karya from the standpoint of the bhuta and bhautika, sadvastu is karanam. But is it really karanam? When everything is dismissed as mithya, that karanatum also goes away from this sat. Therefore, karya-karana vilakshanam विलक्षणं सत् ब्रह्म तस्य अत्यंत वासिते सत् advaitam is proved, established. So what is there, what is revealed is this advaitam, non-dual advaitam. Therefore, satyam, the satyam is sadvastu. Yesha digi, this digi referring to the matihi, buddhihi, but here it is knowledge. This knowledge, digi, kochite na viparyeti. Once, if it is atyanta vasite, once it is strongly entrenched in the mind, then it can never go away. It is irreversible. The knowledge is irreversible. The knowledge is irreversible. It cannot go away. Not only this knowledge, in fact, any knowledge, even in Lokika knowledge also. In the beginning, you may mistake a thing or a person for something, but once you know the thing or the person to be so and so, that will not go away. You will not mistake the same thing as uh, you have done a mistake before. You will not do it, repeat the same thing again, second time. You may forget, that is different. Forgetfulness is different. But the knowledge cannot go, it cannot. Once clear knowledge happens, that will remove the ajnanam. Ajnanam with regard to everything. Once it goes away, it goes away. It will never come back. You may not remember, that is different. With regard to Laukika Jnanam, the remembrance is a problem, that is fine. But this knowledge is irreversible. So therefore, Kvachit Viparyeha. Viparyeti na Kvachit. Viparyeti. Viruddha na bhavati. Viruddha jnanam na bhavati. Once Advaita jnanam is siddham, the Viruddha jnanam, Dvaita jnanam cannot come back. Once Advaita jnanam is dridam, Atyanta vasite means dridīkrite. Asatya dridīkrite, when asatvam of the bhuta bhautika maya is dridīkritam, it should not stop there. When they are dridīkritam as mithya, and sadvastu advaitam, that has to be known after knowing that this bhuta bhautika maya as asat, therefore they are mithya, they are dismissed. Then sat is alone is satyam, advaitam. So two step is involved. First is dismissing the mithya bhuta asat, and establishing the sat which is alone is there. Advaita, that is advaitam. That is second. That is the viveka. Viveka is, when do we do viveka? Viveka is when there are two things. When only one thing is there, we don't do viveka. When there are two things and two things are mixed up and appears as though one, therefore, then only we apply viveka. Therefore, viveka is required. Otherwise, why viveka is required? When two different things, seemingly different things are raised, when two different things they are mixed up. To know a thing, to know that thing which is the reality of that, then we do viveka. Like milk and water, when they are mixed up, you cannot discern clearly the milk. So viveka is required, like Anna, that Amsa Pakshi does. Similarly here also, asatya atyanta vasitya, asatvam dridikritya, nitya bhutanam, prapanchanam. Then sadvastunaha, satyatvam, sadvastunaha satyatvam, nishchitam. Tasyapi satyatvasya, sadvastunaha satyatvam nishchitya. Sadvastu eva advaitam satyamiti. Sa buddhihi, that knowledge, that jnanam, sa buddhihi, dihi, that jnanam which has taken place in a person, that is irreversible. Once the jnanam, error-free jnanam which is free from doubts and free from errors, samshaya ragita, viparya ragita, viparya referring to vididhyasanam. Remember, we have said that mananam required because there is samshaya. Samshaya sagita jnanam, therefore mananam is required to remove the samshaya. Viparya sagita jnanam, that is a big obstacle. Viparya sagita jnanam is as good as ajnanam only, therefore only vididhyasanam is required. In order to remove the viparya, the error, vididhyasanam is suggested. Therefore, now, after having done Shavanam Mananam Vididhyasanam, this Viparya, this error cannot come back. Samsara, we begin our life in the world, so samsara with the error. The samsara is nothing but error. The error, once the error is corrected, the error is Dvaitam. Dvaitam is corrected. Once it is corrected forever. So the jnanam which is free from doubts and errors. So viparyaya, when we say, it implies samshaya, because viparyaya, that error, to remove error, nididhyasanam is done. So nididhyasanam is after mananam. So therefore mananam is done before. Therefore samshayas are already taken care. It is understood. So therefore error cannot creep in, means there cannot be any samshaya, and therefore there cannot be any error. Na kvachit, na kvachit viparyeti. Viparya is na kadapi, kvachit na kadapi. This buddhehe, बुद्धेः यदा अद्वैतं सद्वस्तु अद्वैतम् इति निश्चयः कृतः सः कदापि न विरुद्धं भवति. It will never come back. विपर्यया विपर्या विपर्या इति विपर्येति विपर्यया विपर्या आकारान्त विपर्या प्लस इति विपर्येति. So दीहि विपर्या न भवति. That is the meaning. एषा दीहि, this dihi, this knowledge, viparya viruddha na bhavati. Kadapi viruddha na bhavati. It can never become opposite, never contradict. It means Dvaitam cannot creep in. The knowledge, once it happens, Dvaita, the Advaita cannot be replaced by Dvaita. So therefore, this non-dual, this Advaita Buddhi can never be subjugated by the Dvaita Buddhi again. After having gained jnanam, the jnani continues to behave in the loka as he was before in terms of transaction. Going to transact the world. He will do his vivahara, walking, eating, everything he will do. Doesn't mean the Dvaitam. Once knowledge happened, this happened forever. Therefore, kadapi viruddha na bhavati, viruddham na bhavati. Pachite kadapi. Never. It comes back. That is why moksha. Otherwise, mokshasya aprasangaha bhavati. If it comes back, then where is moksha? Mokshasya aprasangaha. Then what is the need for gaining Advaita Jnana? After having gained Advaita Jnana, again you will have this Dvaita Buddhi. Dvaita Buddhi is samsara. So after having gained moksha, this Jnanam, which is, we say, the means for moksha, then again you come back to samsara, which is illogical, ridiculous. So therefore, viruddhana bhavati. Once happened is happened. Once moksha is gained, jnanam is gained, moksha is gained, is gained. Even if you want to choose, you want to come back, you cannot come back. So that is therefore, the knowledge, it never get erased by any kind of experience, any kind of situation. So sadvastu. Vastu, the word we use. Vastu is paramarthika sat vastu. Vastu is derived from vasdhatu. Vasati sarvada asti iti vastu. That alone which remains always. Paramarthika sat. Abhadyataya tishtati. It tat sat tishtati. Sada tishtati asti. That sat vastu. That is Advaitam. Na kvachit dihi viparya iti. That is when the Gita Bhagavan says, Eva kinchit karometi yukto manyir tattvavit. Pashyan, Shunvan, Sprishan, Jigran, Nashtan, Gachan, Swapan, Shwasan, Pralapan, Visujan, Grinnan, Unmishan, Nimishan Nati, Indriyani, Indriyateshu, Vartanta iti dharagi. Indriyani transact with Indriya Vishaya. But what do I do? Agam kinchitana karomi iti dharanam, dharagi. I don't do anything. I am not available for transaction anymore. Agankara available for transaction. This Agankara is dismissed as Mithya. Agankara, which enjoy the status of the Satyam, when it is clearly is Viveka is done, and when the Swarupa of Agankara is analyzed, Agankara falls apart. What remains is Aham alone. Ahankara falls apart, Aham alone remains, and Aham Kinchit na karomi. I don't do anything. Then where is samsara? Therefore, That is viparya. There is no viparya. Viparya na kvachit bhavati. Iti. Tika. Tadbane. Tadbane. Kaksha. Tadbane. Dvaita bane. Dvaita vastunaha bane. When the Dvaita vastu, the prapancha shines. Kakshatihi iti. Uttam evartam spashti karoti. The Acharya makes it very clear in this shloka. Bhuta iti. Bhutanam. Bhutanam akashadinam. Bhuta nama akashadinam. Bhuta nama. Nama is abhiya we saw. Bhuta nama akashadinam. Bhautika ब्रह्मांडादीनां मायायाश्च तत्कारण भूतायाः मिथ्यात्वे विवेक ध्यान ज्ञानाभ्यां ध्यानम is निधिध्यासनम विवेक then ध्यानाभ्यां निधिध्यासनाभ्यां विवेक ध्यानाभ्यां विवेक निधिध्यासनाभ्यां चित्ते बुद्धौ दृढ़ीकृत्य दृढ़ं वासिते अत्यंतं वासिते दृढ़ी वासिते. Now the vasana is Advaita vasana. Purvam Dvaita vasana. Now the Advaita vasana is becomes Atyanta vasana, Dridam, Drida vasana, Vasite sati. Sadvastunaha, Advaitatva, Buddhihi, Kadachit na Vihanyate. Never it is goes away. Na Vihanyate, Handatu, never destroyed. Kadachit na Vihanyate. The Purvaka Han Karmani. Han plus F plus Te, Hanyate. The Buddhihi, Advaita Buddhihi, Kadachit na Vihanyate. That is the meaning of Viparya na Kvachit. Next shloka 99. Let us read. Sadadvaitat prathak bhute dvaite bhumyadirupini.
सद्वैतात् पृथक् भूते द्वैते भूम्यादिरूपिणि
तदर्थ क्रिया लोके यथा दृष्टा तथैव सा.
तदर्थक्रिया लोके यथा दृष्टा तथैव सा.
Is the difference between before knowledge and after knowledge? Before knowledge, there was Dvaita Anubhava. After Jnanam, Dvaita Anubhava continues. So, therefore, does this knowledge makes any difference with the perception, with the Anubhava, with the world, with the external world, even with regard to our internal world also? The external world, as the author, no, yes, the external world can be put into 5 features. Before knowledge, Jnanat Purvam, these 5 features, Pancha Lakshanani, were there. After knowledge, what happens that one feature will be missing. All other will be there, but one feature will miss. In this shloka, the author gives one of the feature, that is Banam. The world appears. So, what are the 5 features? If we ask the 5 features, first is Banam. The world appears. Bhati, Jagat Bhati. In the Mandikya, Gaudapada says Upalambaha. Appearance. The world appears, Bhati. And there are differences in the world. Differences between the things in the world. That is Vedaha. Vedaha is the second feature. So Bhati, Jagat Bhati, Jagati Vedaha Santi. Differences are there. And in the Jagat, there is some niyati, orderliness. Veda, therefore, Veda, orderliness. The Jagat, which is Bhati, which shines, there is Veda and there is orderliness. Everything follows certain order. Everything follows there Mithya, but there is orderliness. And this Mithya world, Mithya Prapancha, has got Artha Kriya. Artha Kriya, Tadartha Kriya, Artha Kriya. Artha is Prayojanam. Kriya is Vyavahara, action. Artha Kriya. The Mithya world has got some utility. Artha Kriya. Kriya Vyavaharaha. Artha Prayojanam. So Vyavaharam Prayojanam. It is there. So that is the fourth one. See, Artha Kriya is the Artha Prayojan and Kriya for that certain the Kriya is there for that such a Prayojanam is there. Artha Kriya is invariably there. For example, even though the Jagat is Mithya, don't we feel hunger? We feel hungry. And to fulfill the hunger and the food is available and we work to get food. So Mithya hunger has to be appeased by Mithya Annam. For that Mithya Kriya is required. All are Mithya, but they are required. These features will not change because you have got Advaita Jnana. So all the four things will be there. One is Bhanam, Vedaha, second one. Third one is there is Niyati, and fourth one is Artha Kriya. Four features will be there. And the fifth feature was Satyatvam. The reality attributed to these five or were there before Jnanam. The five are real. The five are there before Jnanam. Now, what happens after Jnanam? The first four will remain as it is. That Satyatvam attributed to this Mithya Prapancha, that is negated by Jnana. The fifth feature. That alone is modified into Mithya. The Satyatta Buddhi, which is attributed to this Prapancha, that is replaced by Mithya Jnanam. Everything remaining same, that is replaced by Mithya. So therefore, this Bharam, the change, the Veda, the differences, all those things will be there. All these things. But they are what now? They are Mithya. Before, they are Satyam. Jagat Bhati means therefore Jagat is Satyam. And differences are there, therefore the differences are real. All the differences. And the orderliness, real. Artha Kriya, real. But now what happens after Jnanam? The Satyatva Buddhi which was there, now replaced by Mithyatva Buddhi. Now all are Mithya only. The Bhati, the Bhanam of the Jagat is Mithya. The Vedaha Mithya. The orderliness, that is also Mithya. Artha Kriya, Prayojanam is there, that is also Mithya. Mithya Anga, therefore Mithya Anam, therefore Mithya effort, Mithya Kriya required. All are Mithya. So everything remaining same. Only one feature alone is changed. So that the author here, that Artha Kriya, the author, he says here this shloka, the one of the feature. Sadadvaitat pratak bhute, dvaita bhumyadi rupini. Sat is Advaita. Advaita Sat is which is Advaitam. Therefore Sat, Advaitat Sat, Advaitat, Advayat Sat, Brahma, Sadadvaitat. Sadrupam Vastu Brahma Advaitam. So Pratakrite. Sat Dvaitat. Sadvaitat is Sat Advaita is a compound. That is Sat, which is Dvaitam, Sadvaitat. Pratakrite, what Bhumyadi Rupini. Prithvyadi. Prithvyadikam, they are Dvaitam. They are Brahma Bhinnam, Sat Bhinnam. Prithvyadikam, Dvaitam, Sataha Bhinnam, therefore Mithya Bhutam. They are Dvaita Jatam, therefore Mithya Bhutam. Mithya Bhutam, Mithya Bhutanam, Prithvyadinam, Prithak Krite, Sadvastunaha, Advaita Sadvastunaha, Prithak Krite. When they are separated, Bhumyadi Rupani, Prithvyadi Rupani, Mithya Bhuta, Prithvyadi Rupani, and they are Dvaita, Dvaite, Bhumyadi Rupini, Prithak Krite, Prithak Bhute, Prithak Krite, Kasmat, Sat Advaita, Advaita, Advayat, Brahmanaha, Sataha Pratak Krite, when they are separated, then Pratak Krite, Tadartha Kriya Loke, Tatha Drishta Tataiva Sa, Tadartha Kriya, Tadartha Kriya, Tadartha Kriya, Kriya is Tattad Vastu, here Tadartha Kriya, Tattat Vastunam, that is Padarthanam, Loke Vishayanam, Artha means it is Prayojanam, Kriya is Vyavahara, so Tadartha Kriya means Tadartha Kriya. That is Tadartha compound. Tat referring to this Dvaita Bhutani. So Tesham, that is Tat plus Tat. Tesham Tadartha Kriya. Tat Artha Kriya, Tadartha Kriya. The first Tat referring to Mithya Bhuta Bhutani. Then Tadartha, Tesham, Artha Kriya. Artha is Prayojanam, Kriya is Vyavahara. Yata Purvam Abhavat, Tata Eva Bhavati. Loke Tata, Yata Loke. Yata, this is not Tata, it's a typo here. Yata Drishta Purvam. Yata Drishta Pratyakshadi Pramanehi Purvam Drishta Tata Eva Tadvateva Bhavati. Tadvateva Sa Bhavati. Sa Kriya Bhavati. So Loke, this Artha Kriya. Artha Kriya Ya Drishta. Drishta is Drishta Pratyaya, therefore it is Purvam. Purvam Ya Drishta. What Artha Kriya? This Prayojanam and this Kriya, the Vyavahara Ya Kriya Vyavaharaha Drishtaha Purvam. Sa Tata Eva Bhavati. That will remain as it is. That will be there as it is. So when Dvaita is removed from Advaita, Sadvaitat Pratak Krate, Bhubhyadini, Dvaite Pratak Krate, the Mithya Drishti is very clear. The Mithya Drishti, that is, you are seen as Mithya, and therefore Brahma Drishti. Brahma Drishti removes the Purva, the Drishti, Mithya Drishti. So the person has got, before Jnanam, person has Satyatva Buddhi, with regard to his Shariram, with regard to the Jagat, everything is Satyam, real for the person. Now, the person is a Jnani. Now he looks at the same objects. The Upadhi is his own Shariramana Sangata and this Jagat from the standpoint of Brahma Drishti. Purvam Mithya Drishti. After Jnanam, Jnanat Param Brahma Drishti. Jnanat Purvam Mithya Drishti. So, Jnanat Param Brahma Drishti. What will happen to his Drishti with regard to his Sharira, its perception with regard to his body? Purvam, as he saw, now also he will see like that only, but there is a change in his response with regard to, even though the drishti is physically drishti, physical seeing, pratyaksha, with the eyes alone he sees the objects, through indriyas alone he perceives things that will continue as it was before, but now his response will change. His interaction, that is the Indriya, Vishaya, the interaction remaining same, but its response to the Indriya Vishaya will change. Before, if jnanam is small, the thing happens to the shariram. If anything happens to his body or anything happens to his possession, then he was tormented. He feels affected. But now he knows he has clear jnanam, Brahma Drishti. So therefore, his response would be different. Purvam, before, if anything is lost, the person is completely lost. But now, even if the shariram is lost, nothing is lost. As Janaka Maharaja says, Mitilayam Pradagdayam Name Dagati Kinchana. Even the whole Mitila, even if it burns, what is the loss for me? I don't lose anything. So that is a buddhi. So that is everything remaining same. Now its response. The response of the mind is different. That is jnanam. So for the ajnani, the world is real. For the jnani, the world is mithya, unreal. Therefore, the response of the jnani with regard to the same prapancha, what he experienced before, would be different. His response would be different and anubhava being same. That is the point here. So therefore, yata drishta tadvateva jnanat paramapi bhavati tasya drishtihi. Kintu that jnanam is there because of Brahma Drishti, he will not be affected. That is the meaning. So, therefore, because of jnanam, Brahma Drishti, the mithyatvam is the mithyatvam of the Jagat, which includes his Shariramana Sangata. So, everything is very clear for him. Therefore, interaction being same, his response would be different. So therefore here the author says, Yata Vyavahara Arthakarya Vyavahara Prayojanaha Purvam Asit Tata Eva Bhavati. But we need to understand as the Vyavahara and Prayojan as it was before, so that alone will be there. That will not change. Yata Purvam Abhavate Tadvateva Jnanat Paramapi Bhavati Iti. Then what is the use of Jnanam? Yeah, the use of Jnanam is the anubhava, the report, the sense organ which report the sense objects, all those things, the transactions will be same, but its response would be different. That is the effect of jnanam. All the four features remaining same, the vityatam attributed to them is dismissed by jnanam. So that is different. So that makes a difference between the jnani and the ajnani. So here, one feature of the world is asata, prapancha, is pointed out by the Acharya. Arthakriya. Arthakriya, the Jagat Bhati, Vedaha Santi Jagati, Jagati Niyataha Niyatihi Asti, Arthakriya api Asti, Yata Puram Drishta Tataya Bhavati Tasya. As it was before, so it will be. So therefore, it means the Dvaita Anubhava will continue, but the Dvaita Anubhava cannot shake the Advaita Jnanam. That is the meaning. So Advaita Jnanam in the Buddhi. Therefore, his Drishti, his Brahma Drishti, because of Brahma Drishti, he will not be affected by anything happened to either to his Upadhi or what he possesses, his possessions, etc. So he will remain unaffected. Dharmanyadaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha. As Bhagavan says, like the water on the lotus leaf. Same thing he will do, same karma, same action as he was doing before in whichever ashrama. He will continue to do, but he will remain unaffected because Brahma Drishti makes all the differences. Why this is pointed out here? Because of Jnanam, the whole prapancha will dissolve and will become completely completely vanish. It is not so. That will prapancha will remain. The Dvaita Jagat will continue. And samsara will be there for the ajnani. That will continue. But the jnanis will be different. His action will be different. His vyavahara will be different. His response will be different. His response. That is why the Arjuna asked in the Gita, Sitaprajna. Sitaprajna say, Ka Bhasha. How does he walk? How does he talk? How does he walk? How does he talk? What does it mean? Jnani also like any other human being only. So he walks the same way, he talks the same way, everything he does. But it is not the question of the Arjuna. What would be his response? There Bhagavan said, its response, he said, Yada, this, the, this, Dukkeshu Anudvikmanaha, Sukeshu Vigataspragaha, one of the response. Dukkeshu Anudvikmanaha, Sukeshu Vigataspragaha is not elated by Sukhanubhava, is not depressed, dejected by Dukhanubhava. It remains steady. Tata Prajnaha, Tata Prajnasya Lakshanam. So that is not said here, but we need to understand. But here, Artha Kriya alone pointed out is that is the world continues to be as it was before. But it is the Jnani that the Jnanam has transformed this person, and therefore the Jnani enjoys Brahma Drishti, remain unaffected in spite of Dvaita Anubhava. That is the Tatparya. We'll stop here. We'll continue the next shloka, the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Dhanyavadha.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು
ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಶರಜ್.
Dhanyavadha.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.